This is Joy Roland, and you're listening to episode 20 of the It's Possible podcast. Pleasure and joy in the moment versus investing in the future. How to find the right balance. Welcome to the It's Possible podcast. This is the podcast that sparks the transformation of your money mindset, empowering you to pave the way for financial success and wealth creation. This is where we study what the wealthiest and most successful people do. Not only do we study these successful people, we implement what we learn so that we create the life we want and deserve. Hi there, my name is Joy Roland, your host. I created wealth from changing my money mindset. Yes, it's possible for you too. So pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea. This is going to be fun. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 20 of the It's Possible podcast. I'm so excited about today's topic, though I wanted to just ask, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're prioritizing your mental health, and I hope you're prioritizing your health. It's almost Christmas, and I hope you're as excited as I am because this is the most wonderful time of the year. I just love it because it's when we reflect and we are grateful for the gift of Jesus Christ. Like, that's the most amazing gift we've had as humans. And gives me so much joy. And like I said, Christmas is my favorite time of year. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about pleasure and joy in the moment versus investing in the future, how to find the right balance. Before we dive in, I want to read one review for this podcast written by H.C. Edwards. And the title of the review is Makes the Idea of Making Lots of Money Less Intimidating. And the review goes, Joy really helps bring money into perspective. She has a way of breaking it down to help be not so scary. I have enjoyed her ideas around mindset and money, how we think about money, and how spending time with people who have money can impact how we make it. It's very inspiring. Thank you so much, H.C. Edwards. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy day to go write me a review. It means a lot to me, and I say thank you from the depths of my heart. If you haven't left me a review yet, what are you waiting for? Please head on over to Apple Podcasts and write a review for this show. Every week, I'll feature one review so I can personally thank you. These reviews, like, I'm not asking you to give me reviews just to make me feel good. um it helps my podcast with the Apple podcast algorithm so that it shows my podcast to more women who need my help. So that's why I encourage you to leave me a review because it truly helps me. So thank you again to all of you who've left me a review. Okay, let's dive into today's topic: pleasure and joy in the moment versus investing in the future. How to find the right balance. Now, if you are new here, if this is your first time, hello, my name is Joy Roland. I'm so happy you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a regular listener, welcome too. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Now, I came up with this topic because I feel like people need to understand that there needs to be a balance between finding joy and pleasure in the moment and investing for the future. And when I use the word pleasure, like, I just thought, when was the last time you had pleasure? Like, I'm not talking about sexual pleasure, although if that's your thing, good for you. But I'm talking about pleasure in life, like having pleasure. Like, it's almost like the world is so full of bad news, like with all the wars happening in the world, and even in our communities, people are suffering. So, like, people don't think of having pleasure. And I think to have the whole host of human experiences as a full human, I feel like pleasure should be on top of your list. So I ask you, what brings you pleasure? What brings you joy? You need to prioritize that in your life. Now, there needs to be a balance between pleasure in the moment right now and investing your money for the future. We live in a world that there's often a tug dragging you in two different directions. There is the pull towards instant gratification, which we know our primitive brain likes. If you if you don't understand what I mean by primitive brain, please go back to my previous episode where I explained the difference between our primitive brains as humans and our prefrontal cortex. So our primitive brain only wants present gratification, right? It wants something that will just give it that dopamine hit. It wants it right now. It's like a toddler. But our prefrontal cortex is the part of our brain that has evolved, is our higher self. Is that part of our brain that we can use to think about what we are thinking about. And we can use that part of our brain to consider our future self and make decisions that will align with our values for our future self. So there is this tug of war between having instant gratification now from the money you have and then investing in the future. Now, obviously, rationally, we know that investing in our future is crucial for long term stability and success. But I want you to consider also having pleasure and joy in your life right now. Now, most financial advisors or people in the money space will tell you to split your income into three parts. So they'll say 50%. So 50% of your income should go towards living expenses. So, like your rent and your bills and everything that you need to live as a human being, your living expenses, 50%. And then 30% should go towards enjoyment, doing something that gives you joy. Maybe going on holiday, taking a vacation, having fun, right? So that's 30%. And then 20% should go towards your future. So investing in ETFs and index funds. So I personally teach my clients how to invest in ETFs and index funds because it's very simple. Anyone can learn to do it, and there is reduced risk because you can diversify your portfolio, and you are not just choosing one specific stock to invest in. You track indexes. So, for example, the S&P 500. Okay, so that's 50% of your income goes to living expenses, 30% goes to enjoyment, and 20% goes to future investing. Now, these percentages obviously are not cast in stone. You can you can tweak it based on your circumstances. So, for example, if someone came to me and let's say they are living with their mom, they're still living with their parents, then they don't have as much living expenses. Do you understand what I mean? So these percentages should not be quoted verbatim. So you need to tweak it based on your own personal circumstances. So it's very easy to get caught up in the now, right? How do we find genuine pleasure in the present without sacrificing our future goals? So often the concept of delayed gratification comes into play when we talk about investing in the future. How do we strike a balance between enjoying the present time and planning for the future? Now, I want you to always think about how you can balance this. And many people just choose one end of the spectrum and neglect the other, right? And that comes from what I call all or nothing thinking. So people are either spending all their money right now, overspending, or they are saving and saving and saving. There was one of my clients that came when we looked at her numbers. She was saving to the point that she was broke. Like I don't know it like she was like saving almost 90% of her income. Like so crazy, right? And just keeping the money in the bank and just watching her money grow, right? So and this comes from our money mindsets. And I am very big on money mindsets because our money mindset is what drives our decision making. Now, research shows that your money story is fully embedded in your subconscious by the age of 7. So anything you watched your parents do from age 0 when you were born until age 7, all of that imprint from your environment got embedded in you. So maybe your mom was a stay-at-home mom, for example, and your dad was making all the money. So subconsciously, you might think that women should not be trusted with money. That's an example of a money mindset. And I hear a lot of women say this: I'm not good with money. Oh, I'm not good with money. And I kind of try to question that thought and that statement. Why would you say you're not good with money? If you were money, so let's say money was a human being. If that money, that human being saw you, right? And you keep saying, I'm not good with money, I'm not good with money. Do you think money will want to come to you? Just think about that. The answer is no. Money wouldn't want to come to someone who constantly says, I'm not good with money, I'm not good with money. Money wants to go to people who are smart with their money, who have plans for their money, who gave money direction. So, money is a tool, right? And as with all tools, you need to put them into good use for them to be valuable. So you need to give your money direction. You need to tell your money what to do. You need to have plans for your money. Because if you do not plan for your money, it's going to disappear. So this is why you hear many people say, oh my God, I don't know where all my money went. It's the end of the month. I don't know where all my money went. Or maybe you get your tax returns or your tax document from your company and you see how much you earned in a year. And then you tell yourself, oh my gosh, where did all that money go? $200,000. Where did all that money go? The reason you're asking yourself that question is because you didn't plan for your money. If you don't plan for your money, the money will just disappear. Okay, so another money mindset is maybe you saw that your parents struggle with money, for example, and so you've decided, I don't want to be like my mom and dad. I want to have money, and so you become a saver and you save to the extreme because you have like I think it's a scarcity mindset because you feel like money doesn't stay. You're afraid of losing money, and so you just save everything to the point that you don't eat good food, for example. You don't wear nice clothes. You don't have nice things because you don't want to spend the money. You want to have that security and safety. But I want to challenge you that security and safety doesn't come from money. No, it doesn't. It like it comes from God. God is the source of security and safety. Money doesn't have the power to provide security and safety. And so that's why when you have this scarcity mindset and you want to, I, I, I think the best word to use is hoarding. Like you start to hoard your money because you're afraid that you're not going to have any. So that's scarcity mindset. So I want you to see that you don't have to be on two extremes. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can live a balanced life, having joy and pleasure in the moment right now, and still have a good plan for the future by investing. So I heard someone said last week, someone had passed. The guy was very frugal. He was very poor. But when he passed, he had, I think it was like maybe $2.5 million in his estate. So his friends were like, oh, but he should have spent some of this money on himself. Like he should have enjoyed some of those money. So I know as women, we want to leave a legacy for our children, right? So you want to leave some wealth for your children. But I want to challenge you that you can do that and still live a good life now, right? Because even now, when I look at my 4-year-old daughter, what she already knows about money based on what I teach her. So I'm very intentional about what I teach her because I know what um what I saw my parents do, how that affected me. So I've been so intentional about what I tell her about money, how she sees me relate to money. So even at this age, I can see the traits in her and I know that she's going to be fine by God's grace. She's going to do well with her life, right? So I don't have to be so frugal because I want to leave a huge legacy for my daughter and then neglect my needs, right? Like right now, like what gives me joy and pleasure. I can have that and have a, a full life, spending my wealth while I'm alive and still leave a good legacy for my daughter. So when I die, she's going to have lots of wealth to work with, right? So all of this to tell you this, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I want to challenge you to find something this week that gives you pleasure. And making money doesn't have to be stressful. My philosophy is money is easy, right? I see money as like I like playing with numbers. Like I like to just have fun and say, oh, okay, can I make an extra 100K this month, for example, and just see how those numbers will play out. Do you understand? So I find money to be fun, and my philosophy is money is easy to make. So you need to back up a little bit if you are in hustle mentality, like if you are hustling for money and you are trying all the things and you are so engrossed with making money and building wealth. I want to challenge you to take a step back and just relax and just find something that'll give you pleasure for now and enjoy now. Trust me. Trust me on this. 100%. Just believe me. When you have that calm mindset around money, more money will flow to you. Yes. When you are calm and you just live a happy life, a joyful life, and you have this 100% certainty in your heart that you're going to have abundance, you have sufficiency. So when you have that mindset, you're even in a more productive mode. Like your brain has more capacity to think about what to do next to even create more wealth. But when you're in this hustle and white knuckling mode, I feel like your brain is getting closed off. I hope you found value in today's conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of It's Possible. Join me next time as I continue to unravel the mysteries of money and how we can make more money because my goal is to show women what's possible for them, to show women that you can create wealth, you can change your mindset, all of those thoughts that were embedded in you subconsciously when you were growing up about money, about that you cannot be trusted with money, you're not good with numbers, all of those mindsets around money that actually block the money from coming in. My goal is to help you break down those mindsets so that you can live a full life. You can be happy with what you create in this lifetime, and when you pass, you have a legacy to leave onto your children. So excited for this journey we are on. And another reason I know I'm about to end, but I want to just say this. Another reason I'm so excited about this journey is when you have a money goal, there is this, it opens you up to other things. Like when you have a money goal, it pushes you on in other areas of your life. It's not just the financial, right? So many of the women I work with, when we begin to delve into their money mindsets, their how they act around money, all of their money beliefs, and we look at their patterns and what they've done in the past, the money decisions they've made in the past, and we begin to address those, I find that it begins to bring out the real person. So it reveals yourself to yourself, and you're like, oh, I didn't know I was this kind of person. Okay, you know? So I feel like having a money goal, a financial goal, it's a very good strategy to open up other things that you might want to work on as a human being. So that's why I said I'm so excited. Okay, until next time, my friend, stay curious, stay empowered, and always remember it's possible. It's possible for you because if I can do it, so can you. Until next time, take care. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If this episode encouraged, inspired, or taught you something new, please do me a huge favor by leaving me a review. Just head on over to Apple Podcast, find the show, go to the main page of the show, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a section where you can write me a review. And lastly, come on over to my Facebook group where you get support as you build wealth. This is an exclusive group of high achieving and ambitious women actively working on getting rich. Find the link to the group in the show notes. I hope to see you back here soon. God bless you.